Hello, and welcome to the penultimate race in the EML PC League. So today, both Division 1 and Division 2 drivers are racing in Brazil. And as we wait for all the drivers to join and the lobby settings to be done, I'm just going to go through a brief history of the track, and apparently the racing started before World War II with a 6.9 mile street circuit in Rio de Janeiro, and then they started building what we now know today, which is a permanent race circuit in Sao Paulo, and was finished in 1940. Yeah, so pretty interesting, isn't it? So there are a total of 15 corners. Well, if you want to call them a corner, because there are some which are just a kink, especially turn 15, which is the last turn in the circuit, and turn 14 as well. Turn 14 and 15 can be debated to be whether turns at all, and the number of times it's hosted F1 races, 49. The first race was held in 1972. Most wins is for Alan Prost, and the most constructors are McLaren. So it's a total distance of 2.667 miles, or 4.309 kilometers, and a total distance in the real world, when the drivers drive around for 71 laps with a full distance, it's 190 miles. So yeah, but today we are going to raise a 50% race, so that's a total of 36 laps, as you can see, and the weather is set to dynamic, and this is no assists, so there's not even corner lines, which is good in my opinion. And as we wait, I think we have 12 signed up. Davidson and McLaren seems to be eager to go, so we will see. We've got a minute to go before the start time. So there we are. The drivers are readying up. So we have a total of 12 today. I was supposed to be racing, but for reasons I won't go as to why I'm not racing today. But it's going to be an interesting experience, because this is the very first time that I am streaming and commentating on a race. Been meaning to, but then never had the opportunity. So I guess sometimes you gotta wait, and today is the first time. So you know, those who are watching the stream back, go easy on me. So The format is short qualifying, which most of you would be aware of. So it's a 20-minute dash, and see who comes at top, and then once the 20-minute dash finishes, the order is established, and then off we go racing. It'll be interesting to see what the weather holds, because the weather is also set to dynamic in this format. So yeah, Brazil is notorious with weather. Most of the times it does rain and throws a curveball, but let's see how do we go about it. Here we are. Everybody is in the pits. I need to figure out and make sure my menus are all up and sorted. Fastest lap. Say reader. So let's go tires, because interesting. I haven't really looked at the strategy as to how it would pan out or how it would look like. So we see some activity in the Mercedes garage. Alpine has gone, and the Red Bull's come out too, and Keka seems to be on mediums, which is what I normally try. I always try the alternate strategy, because you know, that's one way for me to improve overtaking other cars. EML, aka Vince, seems to be trying the alternative strategy as well. Is good to see. So let's see who is out on the track. I think LFC Arian is probably the first. I don't know why the camera always picks up. Right. Let's see how Arian goes about going around the track. So that's the turn 15. He's coming up to turn 15. As I said, this is not a 15. It's just a kink in the circuit. Goes up to turn 1, braking just after 50 minutes board, shifting down to 4th gear, not invalidating the lap, and then keeping closer to the line and heading down straight and looking at just after 50 meters board and shifting down to 4th gear and keeping again close to the line, and coming up to the next corner again just after 50 meters, go up to the 6th gear. And this is the trickiest corner or sequence of corner where it's very tight, very technical, and if you mess up your line you would lose quite a big chunk of time. Coming up to this corner, yeah, just dip the wheel on the curb and then keep tight to the line to the penultimate real corner. About 65 meters, shift down to 4th gear and up towards the 15, turn 15 now, and hug the inside line, but seems like he's taking a wider line. 109, 106. That's a pretty decent lap, I would say. And Rosso pips by nearly 8 tenths, so 108.220. So we have Bullet Junior. Is the one of the fastest guys, I would say. In the league, and the league tables show the same, that he is, you know, clearly leading the pack. Race on, the track's getting quite busy now. Let's see, Chio is still in the pits. Let's go to Jesko. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. So he's on an out lap, same as Butterrock, 22. and the rest of them must have finished their lap. So I see sector 2, sector 3, the cars slowing down and giving way to other cars. So here we are. Let's see. 5. Camera type. Oh, what's happened there? Let's go to email Yesco. All right, coming down to turn 4, 5, maybe 4th gear. Again, let's see if he remains close to the lines. Yes, he does. He's into 6th gear and then take the curb. That's a good line. And keep tight on this corner and then straighten up, and it's just a bit closer to the grass, which is not helpful. But let's see what time. That's probably took a bit more curb. Or let's see, coming up to turn 15. Let's see what time he can conjure up. Oh, it's slow down. Maybe he wants to do. He wants to set a lap, maybe on mediums. All right. That's who else is on lap. Let's. We're still in pits. Butterrock. See what time does he come up with? Good ones. Well, 1.4 seconds behind the top time. Right, AKA Bins coming back to the pits. Why am I seeing? Okay, EML, Bullet Junior still in the pits. Butterrock. Okay, so you're gonna come back in the pits. Let's wait and watch. Seems like everybody else except for EML, Yesco, and Butterrock is in pits. Okay, let's go to... Oh, EDU is back in the pits. Okay, race RN in the Red Bull, white livery. Like that livery. Let's see if he continues on the lap or gets back into the pit. Nope. Does go on a lap. Turn 1. It's a bit too much curve, but you know, as long as you don't invalidate the lap, that's the most important bit. Hugs the line. Straight in the middle of the track, which is the straight line to the corner. So this is good. Straight closer to the line, going up to the next corner, just after 50-meter board. Bit too wide. Missed the curb. Missed the apex. Let's see if he remains tight. No, he does not. Presume it's going to be a bit of a slower time. This was done nicely. Oops, bit of oversteer. A bit too eager on the power. Let's see if he takes the nice line here. Yes, he does. Let's see what times he comes up with. Turn 15, which is not a turn, and he does. It probably doesn't improve, so that's 9/10. Oh, EDU improves 7/10. That's a good lap. That is a good lap indeed. Let's see, the rest of them are hanging about. So just about 20 minutes, 20 seconds to go, to 8 minutes. So I guess they're just biding their time. I don't know if Bullet Junior is just going to do one lap and be done with it, because he knows, you know, pretty much he has the pace, so he might not as well do a quali lap at all. We start from the back of the grid, do a last first sort of challenge online. Race RN is doing another lap. Oh, that was good. That was good. So consecutive lap strategy. Some do feel, you know, they get better times on the second go. I don't know if Sao Paulo is quite tough on the tires, but seems like not, because he just went on the second run 4/10 faster. So EDU has gone faster as well. Brilliant. They both have managed to get good times on the consecutive run. Well done, well done. Now back to the pits and you know, get another soft on and go for one last run, I suppose. If they were to repeat consecutive laps, then they'll probably be the ones out on the track first, because if you need enough time, then you need to get out there, because going into the pits, changing the tires, it's gonna take probably a minute, probably just another minute. Let's see. Everyone's back in the pits and waiting. The waiting game. All right. Let's see if there were messages. Okay. All right. Somebody has a quali ban. I don't know why. Probably for the same reason as mine. Accumulated a lot of points, license points, penalty points. Okay. Right, probably there's been a glitch, i.e. they might have left the assists on. Okay. Alright. So, I didn't see any message about people signing out. Alright, so I need to quit this. Go to hey. Only EDU left. EDU left. All right, I have been told that there is a new lobby. Okay, let's see. Right. Okay, so we're back to start the lobby again, but yeah, welcome again. So we are on the penultimate race in Brazil for the EML League, and we have 12 race drivers racing today around Brazil, Sao Paulo circuit, and it's a no assists league. So there is not even corner lines. So yeah, so the driver lineup, as you can see, and we have McLaren and Mercedes. All right. Um, let's see who's that. Davidson. If we can get to Davidson, there we are. So everyone's. Let's see what tires they are on. Jan Keka and EML, aka Vince, they've gone for the medium tires, so they're going to probably try the alternate strategy. So yeah, this is a 50% race, so we have 36 laps, and the quali looks to be dry, so I'm not sure what the race weather is like. Obviously, with the change in lobbies, I didn't have a chance to look at the weather predictions. But let's see. So is Davidson the first one to go, or there was another car? I can't remember. Right. Let's. Oh yes, there was. All right. Let's check out Baltimore. Oh, he's probably on his out lap. Okay. Going into the straight. Oh, there is. Oh, there might be a nice toe for the Mercedes from the McLaren, but keeping close to the line, going on the curb, but just after 50-meter board, being gear 6th gear, stabilize the car, touch the apex, and then here be on the curb, keep half of the car on the curb, and straighten the car. This is the most trickiest corner to get the apex right and come out with a stable car. And then the penultimate real corner on the circuit, which can throw you off if you're not getting the line right. Looks like, ooh, that was very close to being invalidated. 109.768. So Keka has done 109.404 on mediums. That's a good time. So the Alpine does 108.328. I can't remember what Rossi did in the previous lobby, but there you go. He's done 108.616. Right, let's see Edu, and he is keeping his car in the middle of the circuit, which is actually a straight line to the corner. That's a good corner. Again, he's too far away from the line. 50-meter board, sixth gear, and then hard on the brakes. Take the apex, be tight in the corner, which is very nicely done, and then straighten the car and hard braking. Take the apex, slow on the throttle, a bit too much curb, and coming up to the penultimate real corner. 4th gear, touch the inside curb, go on the outside curve fully, and then nail the throttle. And be as close to the line, because that's the shortest line on the circuit, to get a good time. And he does 109.017. It's a pretty decent lap. So AKA Wins has done 110. And Keka has done 109, so nearly a second, nearly, I'd say 8/10, 6/10. EML Chio did a lap on mediums with, came up with 110.254. All right, Butter Rock 22. Did he go? Nope. I don't know what's happening there. EDU, is he going back into the pits? I suppose. What's happened to Race RN? Seems like he hasn't set a lap yet. See, Race RN is one of them who did 2 consecutive laps in the previous lobby. That's 109.403. He's done 3 laps. Probably he's invalidated the first 2. So, there you go. So, except Bullet Jr., everyone else has done a lap in. And most of okay, Baldemar. Apologies if I'm pronouncing the name incorrect. Is heading out in the AlphaTauri. Yeah, I nearly was saying Toro Rosso, but yeah. This is my first time of commentating on a race, so excuse my pauses or when I struggle to get the right names of the manufacturers. No excuse though. EML Chio Rosu is on an out lap, and he's still on softs. Okay. Again, the Red Bull white livery. Love that livery. I hope it remains in the game until the end. much like the Mercedes one. Right, let's see. Can't seem to get the camera. There we go. I don't know. 5 camera type. Race RN is back in the pits. Where's Rosso? Yeah, there you go. Can't get the camera type changed. F6. There we are. Oh. Alright, so let's go to the spectator menu and choose. There we are. That's better. He's coming up to the tight section of the circuit. Ran a bit wide there, I suppose. That was a good. Oh, just a bit on the end. Is he on his timed lap? He is. That seemed to have not invalidated the lap, which is good. 108.384. Wow, 600th of a second separating 1 and 2. And then a further 3/10 separating the third. And then the rest are in 109, 10, 110, and Yamil Yesko is 112 on mediums. That's understandable, I suppose. And off we go to let's go to Bullet Junior in a Haas. I think he's supposed to be starting his F6. Right. Is he starting his lap? Yes, he is. And is he to take a wider line? Yes, he does. The wider line gives you more distance, which means the car can reach the top speed. That's a beautiful line there. Probably didn't take the apex as much as he intended to. Going into turn 4, 5. DRS on just straight before 50 meters board, nicely taken. And then does he remain close to the line? No, he goes a bit wider. Don't know why, but that's 6th gear. Good apex both times. Nice apex again. And does he remain on the curb? Yes, it does, with one tire. And then nice apex again, just a tiny bit wide. The car snapped, and coming up to the penultimate real corner, just hesitant on the last curb. But let's see if he sticks to the closest and the shortest line. DRS on, and he does. And what is the time? He did invalidate the lap. So 110.41 was his previous. Okay, let's see. It looks like he's doing the lap. DRS on, or is he taking it easy? Not sure if he's had enough practice. Yeah, it seems like he's taking the corners well. This is more of a race rather than quali line. But let's see, is he up on his time? Is he down on his time? His steering wheel doesn't seem to keep a track of it, but let's see what he does this time. Just before 50 meters board, around 60, 75, 65 meters. That's nicely taken. So he remains close to the line or not. I would normally mount that he remains quite tight this time, and he goes into the pits. I guess I don't know what it is. Probably is trying to start from the back. Let's go to Russell. I think he's starting his lap now. Does he? Yep, nicely rotated. Do not invalidate the lap. Keep tight. Does in the middle of the track, and this is a straight line into the next corner, and then just where the concrete patch is, will brake, go down to fourth, and throttle, keep close to the line, which he does. Just after 50-meter board, and then you stick in gear 6, settle the car, take the late apex, well done, and then mount the curb. Not sure why, but some people find it comfortable mounting the curb, some don't. Good apex, late apex again, not running wide, and the penultimate corner, 65 meters. Kiss the curb on the inside, don't mount, and then mount the curbs on the outside, and then it's a sprint or a dash to the line. And does he go? Yes, he does, by 2/10. So 108.135 is the fastest at the moment. So we have roughly 4 minutes left, and let's see, who do we go to? EDU is on outlap. Keka is on an outlap, still on mediums. Okay, let's follow Keka. Hopefully I can get the TV pod to stick. I don't know why it just keeps fluctuating between spectator and TV pod. Right, taking a wider line, not really. But it's on mediums, so right, bit wide. That compromised the turn in. Does he stick to the middle of the track? No, prefers to go to the right. Braking. Ooh, that was a bit squirrely. I believe that might have invalidated his lap. This circuit is quite technical, and if you try and push a bit, it does bite you, and spin you out, especially in this tighter mid second sector. It is really, really technical. So this is probably not the section of the track where if you choose to push to do that, because if you lose the car, you'll hit the curb, you'll go off the track and then hit the barriers and race over. So it's probably the last sector where you have the straight, and the first sector after turn 2 is where you can try and push, but not in the middle sector. He's going for the second consecutive run, and this time he has kept it tight, which is good. And does he take the apex? He does. Remains inside, doesn't mount the curb on the outside too much. Coming up to, oh, it goes a bit wide. Probably takes the chunk of the time out, and maybe invalidated his lap as well, so it's probably go back into the pits. There we go, it does go back into the pits. All right, so Bullet Junior is on an out lap. So let's see if this time he gives it the full beans, because there's not much time. So a minute to go, a minute left. Come on, camera. Stick to TV pod. Does he? Oh, runs a bit wide. He is on a medium tire. Okay. Alright. Let's see if he sticks to the middle of the track. He does. Straight lines to the next corner. His apex speed maybe a bit squirrely on the exit, but you know that's what you get with the mediums. Nice line into the technical corner. Oh, Arian does 107. The first one to get into 107. Well done, good lap. Oh, there's a bit skirmish. Probably too eager on the power. Alright, let's see what lap what does he even finish the lap? I don't think he will. No, he's pushing too much. So he might just pull into the pits. No, he does continue on. And what does he do? 108, 108.567. That's the top time for a medium runner. Good. Let's see. Yesko. He's on a medium tire. I think he's coming back to the pits. Yep, he is coming back to the pits. Alright. Yamochio. He is going to finish the lap. Is he? He does. There's on I think that's it. We are done with qualifying. So yeah, LFC Arian with a top time of 107.996. Rosu in a Red Bull 108.135, and the rest follow suit. So I'm just waiting for. There we are. So we've got 3 on medium, and the rest are on soft. And Alpine and Red Bull are on front row, followed by a Mercedes and an Aston Martin. Then we have another Red Bull and a Haas, followed by Aston Martin, McLaren, and then a Alpha Tauri and a McLaren and a Alfa Romeo and the other Mercedes. So moving on to the race now. So as I said earlier, it's a 36 lap race, so 50%. So I believe it's a mandatory 2-stop race. Hards, or maybe not, maybe because I'm thinking of the previous game, but in this game it might be even more doable with 1-stop race, where you can avoid hards and then just stick to medium and softs. But that is for a race without incidents. If you end up getting involved in an incident, then you will probably come in and change tires anyways. Good, so that's time done. Here are 5 red lights and off we go. That's a good start from Arian. Tries to cover the move from Rosso, but I think everybody has gone through the turn 1. Baldemar might have had an incident, but at the front it is looking pretty decent. So there's a 6/10 lead from the Alpine, next followed by the Red Bull and Mercedes. Oh, there is a virtual safety car. Who's gone? Race RN. What's happened there? might have got collected or have had a spin. It's a virtual safety car, so so it's just the delta that these drivers have to stick to. So probably the car's spun. So let's put the track map just so we know where the cars are. That's unfortunate for Race Aaron in Red Bull. So first lap, and it's not gone to plan, I suppose. This is, you know, the way online league races go. You got to be patient, especially at the start of the race. You know, believe in your pace, stick to your pace, and see what may come about. Yemel Yasko. Wow. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, let me check the Discord. There are no messages. So what's happened there? Did Yemel Yasko and Race Aaron come together, and Yemel Yasko just disconnected? Not good. Unfortunate. So we have 10 drivers, so which means everyone gets to score a point as long as they keep the cars on the track. There you go. Pit stop. So soft to hard around lap 13-16, or soft medium. So Arian goes. Roastu gets the fastest lap. Keka goes 110. All right. I want to see what tires. Keka was on. Oh, Keka is on softs. Okay. Alright. There is the move, aka wins. Keka goes a bit wide. And he does, let's say, Bullet Jr. is behind Butterrock. Butterrock 22 is on softs. Junior is on mediums. He's got good racecrafts based on the results he's had so far. So he bides his time, I suppose, and then waits for the opportunity, and then takes one if there is if there's one that comes his way. So let's see. Still behind Butterrock 22. Obviously the DRS is on, so let's see if he does get the move. But Butterrock has got DRS on. EDU as well. He goes to the side. You should always... Oh, EDU comes worse off. EDU comes worse off. Unfortunate for him, but there we go. It's tough, especially when you try and overtake in the corners. There you go. Butterrock goes a bit wider, so Junior takes the racing line, but Butterrock cuts across and takes the racing line. So Junior has to just, wait for the opportunity, because now Butterrock 22 doesn't have DRS. So Bullet Junior should just wait, and then wait for the DRS to come into play. This is a long straight is too far behind to make a move. Probably the next next DRS straight would be ideal. It's a lot closer, so a bit of ERS maybe. Yes, and Butterrock tries to defend, but I think it's just a failed attempt. Junior gives a lot of space, good racing etiquette in case Butterrock comes back at him. That was a good overtake. So now everyone seems to have spread out quite a bit. Butterrock is the only one who's closer to Bullet Junior, that just because he just got overtook. Right, so let's move on to our leader. and he's got a nice second and a half lead on Rosu in second. And EDU pits for hard, probably because he spun, so he's had a damage, I suppose. So he's going on hard, taking a gamble to see if he can finish on hard, as long as he can stick the car on the road or on the circuit. Billy Jr. Keka is in sixth. Right, that's nice rhythm that first two have gone into. So Arian seems to, have gotten into good rhythm. So he's pulling out a couple of tenths every corner. But Rosso is probably coming back, probably a different driving style strategy. So some would prefer a stable car, some prefer a much more loose back end, so they can slide a bit more but not good on the tires. So the interval has gone, the gap has gone up to 2 seconds now. That's good chunk of time. So I don't know if Rosso is just preserving his ERS or Arian being a bit hungry on ERS. So let's see. Oh yeah, Rosso's got nearly 100% ERS. So he is saving up on his ERS. So I am not sure if that's going to pay dividends at the end. But Brazil should be good track to recoup the lost energy. So we have our first time penalty. So Davidson gets his 3-second time penalty for cutting corners. Let's go to Billy Jr. So he is 2 seconds behind Rosso. Obviously different tire strategies, so it will take time. There is Butterrock 22, so the gap between Butterrock and Billy Jr. has grown up to nearly 3 seconds. Davidson spins. Nice 360 and then gets going. And let's see if EML aka Vince makes any headway into Davidson. It's the gap is at just over 1.6 seconds. And EML Chio is 1.6 seconds behind Valdemar. So on to lap 8. So most of them have stuck to their race lines and keeping within the track limits, which is always harder, especially when battling another car. Even if you're up too close, then you would miss your lines, and hence more susceptible to breaching the track limit. But now that the cars are quite spread apart, let's go to Keka. Oh, he is onto. That was quick. Probably Butterrock had a bad exit, so he's got the DRS. And then he makes the move. Does Butterrock? Yeah, Butterrock slots in. And Keka moves to 4th position. And does Butterrock come back? Is too far back, unfortunately. So Keka moving on to 4th place. Let's see, EML aka wins on Davidson. Probably that's the closest battle. Is a little hesitant, probably because of the dirty air. Overcooks the corner. Does he keep it tight? He does. Don't go too early on the throttle. And then brake, take the apex. Again, a bit of the dirty air, I suppose. And then penultimate corner. Let's see if he breaks 65 meters. There he does. Nice touch onto the inside of the corner, but bit too far. Bit too far. Oh, Davidson has a snap and he crashes. And he's out of the race. And there comes the safety car, throwing the strategies out into a curveball. Okay, let's see who. So that's 9 laps. So if you're doing one-stop strategy, that is soft to go to hards, you still have 4 laps, 45 laps. So tricky situation. Come in and change to hards and hope that the hards lasts for 26 laps, which I think it should, or put a medium one on, and I believe the mediums do last for quite a while. I mean, it should last for 26 laps. He does. Arian goes into the pits. Dorsu goes in, Bullet goes in as well. So everybody's making the dash, and they're going on hards. But one of them, was it Rosu who went on medium? No, Bullet went on medium again. So is he going medium? No, he's going on softs. Medium to softs. That's interesting. So where does EDU, who pitted on the back of the crash? Oh, it's nearly 30 seconds. All right, and we have Bullet on softs, so he's going on a 2-stop strategy for sure. I know Arian did a single stop in Mexico, which was brave, but he made that work. So AKA wins with 10 laps, old soft. Not sure why he didn't pit. Did Butterrock pit? Maybe he did. That's probably the reason why he stayed back. So let's see if Butterrock, no, AKA wins go into the pits this time, because 10 laps is going to be just 10 lap old tires. He's going to be a sitting duck, and he's not going to gain any time. So you might as well put a hard tires on and hope that there are some more incidents during which he can make up some time. He does go into the pits. What tire does he put on? Mediums, interesting. That's a good choice. I wouldn't say it's bad at all, because mediums can last as long as you're not pushing every lap like it's a quali lap. MLCO is showing as 1 lap down. Not sure why. Whereas Valdemar is showing, oh no, it's 1 lap old tire. Sorry, apologies. All right. All right, let's go through the order. So it's Alpine in position 1, Red Bull Rosso in 2, Bullet in Haas 3, Keka in Alfa Romeo 4, Butterrock in Aston Martin 5, Emilcio in a Mercedes in 6th. All right. Valdemar, aka Vins, and EDU. All right, let's go as the race is about to get going again as the safety car is going inside. That's a lot of yep. All right, there goes Arian. That's a all right, 6/10. Okay, Rosso. This time, let's hope that everyone goes through first corner neatly, because your race is not won on lap 13. Rosso is using the slipstream and sticks his nose, but loses out to Bullet. This took a chance, but didn't work out. So Bullet is now up a place, and it's going to be a easy way overtake down the straight, maybe even before, because the hards you're going to struggle for traction, so softs are going to be much faster. So it's going to be an easy pass for Bullet. So he just is waiting and biding his time. Gets a good exit out of the corner. Arian goes wide, makes it easy for Bullets. Good job by Bullet to avoid. Arian tries to come back using ERS, maybe. Not a good idea, considering he's on hard. Okay, they make their safe way through, and next up behind is Rosu, and I think he is gonna try again. Does he? No. So he's gonna stick back and wait for DRS to be enabled, because that's probably the most easiest way. So let's see what sort of gap does Bullet pull with the soft tires on. So he's already a second ahead. So that's DRS gone for Arian. Arian is slow through the tight section. So Rosu, again, it might be just the tires, because both Rosu and Keke are on soft. So let's see how well the traction is. As you can see, you can stick, and I think Arian is not going to make it easy. He's just using his ERS now. So Bullet Jr. sets a fast lap at 109.840. I think Rosu just is going to wait and hang back, because there's no point in wasting the ERS. But this time, I think on this straight, he is probably going to come back, because he's got a good exit. There he does, and the DRS is on. He does make the move stick. How about Keke? Is Keke gonna go up the inside? Not ideal place. Good job by Rosu in making that move stick, and the second penalty for track limits, and that's for Chio. I guess that's 3 seconds. All right, next up the road is Keke. All right, let's see how well the traction of the soft tires is easy, and the DRS helps out as well. There you go, goes up. Arian sticks to the outside, Keke goes to the inside. Much preferred line for the inside curb to rotate the car, and off they go. So Bullet already has a 3-second advantage, and it's going to be Keke and Rosu who are going to be the closest for now. But then there is Baldemar and EML. They are pretty close, and both are on hards, so pretty comparable pace for them. But both Keke and Rosu are quite close. So Rosu not having the DRS, not having a car in front of him, so Keke is going to get the benefit of DRS. Oh, there is a safety car. Who's gone off? EDU. EDU has gone off in sector 2. the entrance into the tight section. Keka is taking a gamble, and he is probably gonna go on hards, I suppose. Is he gonna go on hards? No, he's gonna go on mediums. Okay, yeah, sorry, mediums. And he's got what's happened there? Keka, his car just vanished. Okay, are we having glitches with lobby again? Especially when a safety car comes out, the lobby just goes haywire. There he is. Just the timing board resets. It goes wonky. The same thing happened in Mexico as well. But you know, Codemasters need to get their act sorted. There's not going to be of much help if we carry on much longer. So yeah, so Rosu bullets pitted, so he's gone from soft to mediums. Good. Baldemar stuck to hards. Baldemar and Chio should have actually gone on mediums, given that it's safety car. But maybe they're happy on the hards. Rosu is still on soft. Not sure why, because he doesn't have a car in front of him. So maybe he missed the opportunity. So he's gonna go back, drop back all the way to the bottom. So what is he gonna get on? I guess mediums. No surprises there. But there he goes. There's no glitch this time. So Keka and Rosu are gonna go at it again when the race restarts. Bullets probably net P1, I would say, because Bullet Junior, Keka, and Rosu are on the same tie strategy. LFC Arian is on hards. That's always a gamble. Considering he had the pace, it might still work out, but it's only to be seen, because hards on F1 2021 are quite difficult to eke out the pace on. But let's wait and watch. Bullet Junior, again, the mixed strategies, but safety cars just nullifies them. But again, it all down to who has got the pace, the raw pace, and good use of ERS, because you know, using ERS throughout the lap is not going to help. Let's see how the restart works out. Butterrock 22 is quite close by, but Arian gets a good jump on Butterrock. So Butterrock misses the apex, the first apex, but then gets the good run in on turn 2. He's using his ERS. He's got the benefit of slipstream. Does he? Well, I think he's pretty far to attempt an overtake. And there was Bullet Junior. All right, Keka. What's happened to Valdemar? He's on hards, isn't he? All right. So Keka and Bullet. All right. Rosu is up next to overtake. Valdemar. Again, it's down to the different tire compounds and probably a bit of race pace as well. Let's see what comes about. Bullet Junior is going to make a move on EML. Chio, he was another driver on the hards, a bit far in my opinion, so he's going to probably take him in the next straight if he chooses to use DRS, because I think DRS is still not on. He gets a good traction using the slipstream. Is it close enough? Maybe not. No, he sticks back, so that's a good decision. EML runs wide. Oh, Bullet tries to stick his nose in. EML gives a bit of space, but yeah, Bullet sticks back. Good idea. Oh, Chio goes in a bit tighter. Oh, that's a bit. Where yeah, that's Junior makes, and there is a winglet that's gone off, so probably Keka lost a winglet. Probably trying to make his way through in the tight section, so ideal. Let's see, Rosu I think Keka is going to come back into pits now, because he's not going to lose a lot of time. There we go. Rosu makes, that's unfortunate for Keka. Tighter section, you got to be really careful. So Bullet Junior is on the back of Butterrock. So with the DRS enabled and him being on soft compound and Butterrock being on hards, it's going to make it doubly easy. But still, the overtake needs to be done. So your skill will be tested. There is someone gone. No, sector 2. Has somebody spun? Nope. Okay, Bullet Junior goes past in the tighter section. Butterrock gives him enough room. Well done. Good racing. And off he goes. So Bullet Junior's got around 1.4, 1.3 now. Well, that's coming down rapidly. That's the difference in tire compounds and maybe a bit of ERS as well. So, as I said, the net leader of the race is Bullet Junior. Keka was probably there, but that incident of losing the winglet didn't help. So he's right down at the bottom. He should probably gone to softs, probably a bit to pushing that to a bit extreme. So Bullet Junior is under a second now, so it's just a matter of time. Butterrock is sticking to Bullet Junior, surprisingly, with 10 lap old hard tires. Probably they're coming into their prime, and it's gone up to 1.5 seconds. So the tighter section just shows you the tire compound benefits. There you go, back on the back of Arian. So he's going to get a dose of DRS. No, he's not using his ERS, so absolutely makes sense, because there was no way he's going to hold off Bullet Junior. That's a nice overtake. So if Arian can stick to Junior's gearbox, then it will probably help him drag along and gain some time on Rosu, because it's just a matter of time that Rosu will catch up to Arian and overtake for second position. That's it. Unfortunately, is now outside. Bullet Junior is outside the DRS range for Arian. So Bullet Junior is going to just, go into the distance now, because he's got a nice clean track, and he's got the soft tires to his advantage. Butterrock is sticking there, so 1.2 seconds behind LFC Arian with the same age of hard tire. So, he might pull a move on Arian if he continues to have the space. So he's just dipped under a second, so he's probably going to get a dose of DRS next lap around. Yeah, so we are on lap 24 of 36. 12 more laps to go, and we have Rosu, who is not making as much of a headway into Butter Rock or LFC Arian as I presumed. Has he got a slight damage? Doesn't show when you look at it with the naked eye, but you know, this damage model is certainly has got that very fragile, very thin damage, which, you know, even when you look at the car panel, it won't. It's not very obvious to show that there is any sort of damage. All right, so EMO Chio is on Rosu. So, okay, that just confirms that there is a possible damage to Rosu's wing. There you go. He's got 8. He's fallen back, in fact. All right. So Butterrock. Ooh, they go wide. Not the same corner that he and EML went on at the start of the safety car. He just needs to make sure he remains closer in the tighter corners and get a good exit in onto the straights, and then make use of the DRS, because they are on the same tire, and it's not going to be of, you know, much help if he's not close enough. 7/10 is probably too far to take advantage of the slipstream as well as the DRS, but let's see what happens. No, as I said, it's 7/10. You need to be anywhere between 5 to 4/10 behind the car in order to take it. Oh, somebody has spun, and that is probably AKA wins in the Aston Martin. Second dose of DRS is not going to help either. That's better. So he's stuck behind LFC Arian. Oh wow, that's a lot of talking and commentating on a 36 lap race. I should have got a bottle of water. Probably next time. Maybe, I don't know when that happens. So yeah. So again, Keka is 19 seconds. AKA wins probably because of the spin. He's on soft tires, but nearly a lap down. 50 seconds is pretty much the whole lap around Brazil. Again, he's losing out. Oh, somebody. EMO Chio. What's gone on to EMO Chio? Is he? Oh, he's had an incident and he's lost his front wing. Alright, back to the closest battle on hand. Butterrock and LFC Arian. Again, too far back. Or maybe this time he's going to have a go. It's 3 point... Oh, he does. He does have a go, but not... That was pretty close. LFC Arian shut the door because he was not alongside. He's hustling the car now, but you have nowhere to go on the technical part of the circuit. So it might as well hang back and bide your time and get a proper exit around turn 14, 15, the so-called turns. Seems like he's had a bad exit now, so his B is gone off of DRS. So now that's the chance gone reckoning. So we just have to wait to see if Butterrock can crawl back into the DRS zone. But that gap seems to be increasing. So maybe LFC area playing with the DRS a bit. Okay, let's go back to our leader. Seems to be in his zone as he normally does, and you know, braking at the same point every lap, in and out, and being consistent. that's what it is all about. And that's something that I struggle with because I recently have had a change in my rig, so the pedal positions and the seat positions are still a bit alien to me, and I'm still trying to get adjusted to. But at the end of the day, in a league race, its consistency is what that matters the most, and it's not the outright pace, especially in a 25% or a 50% race. And there he comes to finish a lap, and the gap increases to 8.8 seconds. Butterrock seems to be hanging about and coming back, so the gap is down to 1.4 again. So it's probably down to ERS play. So LFC Arian tried to use a lot of ERS maybe to pull a gap, but he hasn't, and Butterrock is now sort of coming back. The gap's staying at 1.5 seconds. So Rosso seems like he is oh, Butterrock has got a penalty. He's got time. That's race over, sort of, when you're trying to battle. So he'll probably have to push and see if he can overtake and then make a gap of 3 seconds, or hope that LFC Arian also gets a 3 seconds time penalty. But based on the historical knowledge, LFC Arian seems to keep well within his track limits, so I've hardly seen him get any penalties. So tough luck. So Butterrock is coming back 1.1 seconds. So the time penalty is probably going to give a hurry up. So for him to make up the time, but seems like he had a bad exit in the first corner, so he's lost 3 tenths, 4 tenths now, 5 tenths. And moving on, we're left with 8 drivers. Not sure how exciting is that, but that's what we're left with. Rosu has sort of stuck to racing with whatever damage he's got on his car, or so he probably doesn't want to make another pit stop and lose positions. He's happy with the pace, I presume. So the gap has gone up to 1.7 seconds. That's the closest, and back on the track, but nothing more to say on the race, unfortunately. I wish I could have been racing, but anyways, the time's coming back again. Looks like Butterrock is sort of getting back to his rhythm. 1.5, 1.4. So it's like a yo-yo at the moment. So if Butterrock can string a couple of laps with consistent pace together, he might be in the back of LFC Arian and get past him. But that 3 seconds time penalty is going to come back and bite. So probably not worth a risk of pushing and possibly ending up, spinning, having a spin or a damage. So might as well stick to third position, because Rosu is not making any progress. So it's a guaranteed third position as long as he doesn't get more and more penalties and doesn't spin. That's a second gear into that corner, so that's probably what the hard compound does, because it's very difficult to get the rotation, and you end up having to go at least 1 or 2 gears lower than you would usually on a soft or a medium. Back down to 1.3 seconds. So as I said, if he can string a couple of consistent laps, he'll probably be back on the back of LFC Arian. So the gap went down briefly to under a second. So DRS detection is coming now. He's under a second. Oh, that's close. Yeah, he possibly got the detection, but he had a bad exit. So let's see. Does he get a DRS? Does he get the DRS? No. So he probably had a poor exit and lost the DRS. Right, that's a nice exit again in turn 1. 1.1 second. It's gonna go under a second. Oh no, it's gone up. So he probably Arian is using his DRS to his advantage. So we're on lap 33, and the gap remains yo-yoing around a second. Rosu is keeping it there around 8 seconds. Baldemar is a further 11 seconds away. Keka is another 10 seconds. What is up with Keka? Because he hasn't made any inroads either into Baldemar. Probably Baldemar has got a good consistent pace, and Keka is probably trying a bit harder and then making some mistakes. Let's see. Oh yes. As soon as I went over to him, he was probably, like I said, pushing hard, especially when you're trying to catch up to a car which is on a harder compound. It's the mental game where you think you're gonna try, you need to try and push, but then you push way harder than you should, and then you end up losing more time than gaining. So it's Butterrock is under a second. Oh, that was probably the second DRS opportunity. Let's see if he sticks close to Arian in the tight section of the circuit to get the DRS on the main straight. No, it's cutting too close. 8/10, 7/10. That's good. He's using his DRS. Get a good exit. And that seems like a good exit from Butterrock. And the gap is down to 5/10. So the DRS. Will the DRS do the magic? Will the DRS do the magic? Nearly. Oh, good job. Good job to wait. Again, try. It's the key is to get the right exit. But seems like he possibly might get alongside. It's going to be touch and go. No, yeah. Let's see. Does he, or is he using his DRS? I think he needs to save his DRS. You can't really overtake in this section. It's unless you're on a different tire compound that is. It's very difficult to make inroads in the tighter section. Right, so let's go. This time it extends. Try and get closer. But Junior goes 109.768. I guess he's saved all of his ERS and his tires, so he's gonna start banging in his laps. Let's switch to Bullet Junior because this is the last lap, and see if we can pull in another blinder of a fast lap. But you need see if you can get DRS of the back marker. Is that AKA wins or Keka? I can't remember. I can't see for. It is Keka. So that's Bullet Junior coming up to the penultimate corner on the circuit. Actual corner. Nice exit. There you go. A bit too much on the inside, I suppose. Now he's going to probably deploy all of the ERS he has at his disposal. There's no reason to save it. Does he keep it shorter? That he does. So he probably will banging another. No, that's Billet Junior has won the race. The LFC Arian is coming up, some 20 seconds behind, and he has kept Butterrock on the back, and he finishes second. Butterrock finishes third. Good job from the top three. Rosu is coming up with probably a damage, and he finishes fourth. Valdemar is some 14 seconds behind Rosu, and he's using up all of his ERS up to the line, and he finishes fifth. And Keka is coming up to the penultimate real corner on the circuit. Oh, misses the apex, I guess you said. He's probably pushing as much as he can, deploying all of the ERS, and coming up to finish the race in 7th position. So that's a wrap for Sao Paulo, Brazil, for EML, and that's the driver of the day. Billet Junior, no surprises there. And a total of 13 started, and then I believe 8 or 9 finished. Unfortunate to those drivers who ended up having incidents or going off track, and having to make up positions. But here are our top three: Billet Junior, LFC Arian, and Butterrock 22. Well done. Good race. Kept the car on the circuit. Kept it as clean as possible, and I think everyone did an excellent job on the circuit. So here is the final standing. Keka, well done to you, sir. You've managed to pull up the fastest lap. Somehow missed it there, so 109.487, so you get the extra point. And here is the finishing order: Billet Junior first, LFC Arian second, Butterrock 22 third, followed by Rostu, Baldemar, Keka, Emulchia, OB, aka Vince, EDU. Thanks very much for tuning in, and see you on the next race. Ta-ta.